All right, court is calling 2022 CR 11862, State of Texas versus Alexander Castro. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar and Jason Garahan for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Jasmine Olguin, Your Honor, and I would like for Mr. Jason Goss to be able to join the trial. We're requesting that with the court. Mr. Hillier is not present, as previously made aware of the court. He had to go out of the country.
All right, so he left to go on vacation. And so that the record can be clear, this was the date that parties chose. With regards to Mr. Goss sitting there, he hasn't been qualified for the jury. State, do you have any objections to him sitting?
Yes, Your Honor, the state objects to Mr. Goss sitting.
Your Honor, may I respond to that? I am his counsel of record. I have been entered as his counsel of record, and the state's right to not have me sit there does not supersede his constitutional right to have counsel and effective assistance of counsel, including counsel of his choice. Also,
why are you not here in the beginning during jury selection if you are his counsel of record?
Your Honor, I, along with Jay Norton, Nico LaHood, Patrick Ballantyne, Jasmine Olguin, and Gary Hillier are all his counsels of record who have entered a notice of
My question is, why were you not present during jury selection? This is the first time that you have been a part of this jury trial. So my question is, why were you not present during jury selection? Why have you not been present during the state's case in chief? Why are you just now making an appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. So I had other matters that I had to attend to. This was Mr. Hillier's case along with Ms. Olguin. The state represented to the court that it would be a 3 or 4 day trial. Mr. Hillier repeatedly tried to tell the court that it would not. Mr. Hillier repeatedly asked for continuances based upon this vacation. Mr. Hillier put in a vacation letter and told the court that if it went longer than last week, then it would run into his vacation. And
a vacation letter does not a motion for continuance make. And this was the date that was chosen by the parties. This case had been reset before because counsel said he had a CLE to attend. So the court gave him time to attend his CLE. And this is the date that both parties chose.
And the court
he's in the middle of a trial. And then we go back to the question is, if you're going to be his attorney, why were you not here during any parts of this trial? This is the first time that you've appeared to sit. And if Mr. Hillier knew he was not going to be here, why did he not have you qualified before the jury? It would have been a simple matter of his asking the jury, we're going to have Jason Goss who may come sit with us. Does anybody know Jason Goss?
Mr. Hillier believed based upon when the court set this case, if the court remembers, the court set it for last Monday. The court decided not to go to trial last Monday.
Because he said that he had a CLE to attend where he was seeking to obtain his board certification.
No, Your Honor, the week before. That was the week before. Last Monday was when this trial started. The court told the parties that they would start on Monday and be here Monday. The court decided not to start until Tuesday. Had the court started on Monday, Mr. Hillier would have been here today. I mean, the case would have been over on Friday.
Mr. Hillier had a choice to make. He chose to go on his vacation.
Your Honor, the reason that there are vacation letters is because the courts have recognized that it is not a choice when somebody has a family, when they have non-refundable tickets, when they have plans that have been made for over a year's time. In addition to, he is not in a position where he could join them late because they are on a ship in the middle of the ocean. So he is not in a position that he could leave his family.
So you're telling me that cruises do not dock in different places?
They perhaps dock in different places, but he could not make half of the vacation with his family and was not willing to have his family go along without him. And that is why there are vacation letters. So the defense is asking for a continuance to allow Mr. Hillier back.
Oh, that's going to be denied.
I understand. And additionally.
And have you filed a motion for continuance?
Defense is asking for a continuance from the court at this time based upon these circumstances.
So you have not filed a motion for continuance, is that correct?
We will file a motion for continuance.
No, my question is, have you filed a motion for continuance?
The motion for continuance was filed before and it was denied.
Have you filed a motion for continuance? We're in the middle of a trial. Have you filed a motion for continuance now?
We have not. We will.
That will be denied.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the issue is whether or not, state, do you object to this counsel being present?
Yes, Your Honor, the state objects.
And based, as I argued before, they do not have the right to to have a question about whether somebody on the jury might recognize me or look at me and know who I am. That right does not supersede my client's right to counsel of his choice and to effective representation of counsel.
Well, the counsel he chose was obviously Mr. Hilliard because he was here. Ms. O'Gean was here. So those are the two counsels he chose from your firm. And again, we're back to the point. Why did you not appear for any stage of this trial before now?
Because the court and the state represented that the case would be done last week, and it was not. So based upon those representations made by the state, 3 or 4 days, which is on video and on the record, and the court, who believed that it would be done last week, I had other settings that I had to go and appear at. And so
Other settings that were jury trials?
other settings that were potential jury trials that didn't turn out to be jury
So
trials.
not jury trials.
Not jury trials, Your Honor. However, in this situation, the state objecting in this situation to me sitting and assisting Ms. Olguin is that right is so low on the totem pole compared to his right to allow me to sit here and assist Ms. Olguin.
So hypothetically, let's say somebody from the state's office were to come down to sit there and they haven't been qualified before the jury.
Right.
And you say, oh, that's fine. And then we discover, oh, their mom is on the jury. That
Right.
would be fine with you.
Well, I know my mother's not on this.
No, that's I'm giving you a
The
hypothetical.
state does not have a constitutional right to
I'm giving
counsel.
you a
The state
hypothetical.
does not have a Sixth Amendment right to
So
counsel.
let me ask you this. So let's assume your mom is on this jury. Do you think that you should still be allowed to sit? Let's assume one of your best friends is on the jury. Do you think that would be a fair trial for the state for you to sit?
I think
Yes
that-
or no?
I think that their issue with that would not outweigh his Sixth Amendment right. It's a
Okay.
constitutional right versus the state's disagreement or some possibility that does not exist.
Mhm.
So no, my mother and my best friend are not on this jury.
Well, you wouldn't know that.
Well, so I would definitely know if my mother was,
Mhm.
right? So, and she's not, because I know where she is and she's not serving on this jury. As far as the other balance, it's just a balance of rights. I mean, I am here, I am willing to assist Ms. Olguin. It is important for my client's rights and his Sixth Amendment right to allow me to do that.
All right, are the jurors present? All right, let's line them up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a few questions to ask of you. Mr. Hilliard is not present. As you can see, he's not present in the courtroom. The person who is now at this table is an attorney by the name of Jason Goss. Please stand. You may be seated. Does anyone recognize or know the attorney Jason Goss? If you do, please raise your hand. All right, so that the record is clear, no one has raised their hand. State, do you have any questions with regards to that matter?
I know, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, with that being done, can I have attorney's approach?